This video is under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticisms, comments, news reportings, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. CCNTV, bringing you captivating news since 2019.
I was running my mouth and talking and you couldn't even hear me. Thank you. All right. So let's say this again. Hey, again, it's Tuesday. It's the day we talk about politics and news. Little change of venue or situation because the laptop, of course, is still down. So I'm using my iPad. So pray for me, y'all, because this is different. I normally just use this to pull up my articles and stuff. So this is different and new. But you may ask why I'm in all black. That's because later we'll be talking about somebody's dead channel, dead reads, and everything else. So to pay homage to their dead channel, dying soul, and their failing diet, this is for them. So, but first, of course, it is always a pleasure to see you beautiful people. And Brother Nate, let me know when you're ready so I can press the button for you. Because this is ridiculous. I think I got you. All right.
Hey, how are you doing?
Stressing.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. You say
Oh,
stressed?
yeah, stressing. So,
Oh, don't be stressed.
first off, everybody, welcome into the chat. I cannot go back and forth and look into the chat. That's just too much work on this thing. I'll probably later look through my phone, but I didn't want to keep doing the look up, look down, look up, look down type situation. So, welcome, everybody. If I don't see you, please don't charge it to my heart. Thank you so much for being here. Just know that, yeah, no, we ain't doing that today. Yeah, how are you, sir? How's your week been? How's everything?
Doing quite fine. Doing quite fine. Hey, Patty.
Good.
Hey,
Yeah,
R and Y. Melissa, you have a safe flight. Hey, Antonio, how you doing, sir? Patty Duke, Patty Duke.
everybody be well. So a lot is going on this week. This will be the B sector's first official cruise with Juicycation and I don't know what Tracy is calling her.
I bet you everybody got pineapples.
Sailing with the pieces. I don't know what she's calling herself or her little weekend getaway, but that's happening. So yeah, there's a lot going on. As far as news is concerned, yes, last week my good old faithful MacBook. I wouldn't say took its last breath, but yeah, it definitely had to go to the hospital. So, and I've had it since 16, 17, 16. So I don't know. Maybe it was about that time. I have no idea, but thank God there's a ram in a bush called another Apple product. And it happened to be my iPad. It had everything mostly linked. So I didn't freak out too much, but I had to figure out how to maneuver uh, as I do this because I'm so used to the laptop that this was different. So bear with me. Hopefully you can hear me. I know, as they say, I have a light Michael Jackson voice or what have you, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, so that's it in a nutshell. But thank you all for being patient. I know some people did send me DMs and emails like, "Hey, what happened? Hope you get everything fixed." Yeah, it's being looked at. It'll be looked at tomorrow rather, and we'll get a prognosis on what's going on. But the show must go on, and other things are still happening, and we want to make sure that we're all in the know and informed. All right. And then, so this will be pretty light. And then, of course, I will address some things because some people is mad. I don't understand how I get brought up in stuff. I ain't even do nothing. But
Liar. you,
this
you,
time I
prob-
really
you probably doing some shit. I don't know.
no. This time I really didn't. This time I really did not. Normally, sometimes it's very hard for me not to because it's just so. But no, the less. All right. Enough of that. So let's just. I don't know if we want to go all the way back to last week because there's a lot that happened last week. But news of this week, because of course I've been going through a lot. Of course, job has changed, so I've been training all last week and this week. So excuse me for not being fully prepared because it's been early mornings and late evenings uh, doing all this stuff. But Democrats seem to be in a bit of a pickle, just like Donald Trump. I was like, you really couldn't keep your greedy hands just closed to yourself just for a little bit, at least so you can get Donald Trump. Now it's just like, I mean, granted, they both parties do crooked shit. Um, but it's sad that we're at this moment where you're charging one former president, and now they're about to throw the entire book at the lawmaker. out of New Jersey for his undercover dealings, which is funny to me. That I just feel like, as I don't know. I mean, they make it hard to trust them. Period. Granted, politicians are known to be non-trustworthy, but I mean,
You actually trust them? I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. You never underestimate what people
I
will
mean,
do.
granted, yeah, right. Granted, with anybody, you never underestimate what people will do. But right, I guess your hope is that you vote them in, and they will
And then they
do
rob you. That's
what
the way it goes.
you
you
wish
you
them
vote
to.
them in, and then they
Yeah,
rob you.
I mean that part is true to a large extent. I wanted to talk about first. Yeah, Bob Mendez. That's his name. I couldn't think of the man's name. But yep, Bob Mendez has been indicted on charges of bribery. Uh, his wife as well has been caught up in the whirlwind. She's getting gold bars from people. I mean, just
with
favors.
with a Jenny beside him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that is my thing. Even in this, it's like, all right, cool. If this is the path we're going, which I don't have a problem with, Democrat, Republican, or whatever, then you need to be going after Clarence Thomas as well, and not just saying, well, he's a justice and you can't. No, if it's clearly out here that he's been doing the same shit, then we're going to hold everybody under that same microscope and not just certain ones. So I think if they're going to hold, because you know how Democrats do, once a Democrat is in fire or something like this, comparing it to Trump, they ask him to resign, they go through all this back and forth. Uh, so it's like, if you're going to hold your own party to the fire, hold the opposite side of the aisle to the fire too, and make them pay and stop being so nice. But yeah,
But this
so
was not his first time doing that either.
no, it wasn't. Right before, right before his election, the story had came out of something similar. But he wound up winning his seat back anyway, and he was in court too, as a matter of fact, in regards to it. So I don't know if they got it to quiet down. I have no idea, but he's been in trouble for a minute. Let's see. Do you really believe Elon Musk is going to ensure the security of anybody's cyber information? Doubt it. Don't look forward to it. Martin
Oh,
Cloud.
oh no, because with Elon Musk and this X now,
Mhm.
what had happened with that was the I want to say the Saudis.
Right.
Um, Anybody who has any type of disagreement with the royal family, well, they've already killed
Oh,
somebody.
yeah.
They had
They
had
killed
some,
the
and
journalist.
this was another one. No, this was somebody. This one was somebody by mistake also because his brother voiced his opinion, but they went after the wrong person,
Mhm.
which was related to him was his brother also, but it was the wrong bro. It was the wrong guy,
Mm.
and ended up having him killed. And they've been locking up other ones and sentencing them to death.
Mm.
And what it is they're pulling the information from X or whatever it's called this week.
Mhm. Right. This weekend, right. Let's see. From last week, I did want to touch on this that I forgot. Of course, we know that our jails or our detention centers are not the most pleasant of places, but because Darnell happened to be in Fulton County Jail during his indictment, arraignment, or his booking, whatever you want to call it, uh, has brought a lot of attention to the facilities like the Fulton County Jail and other places. But we've been talking about these places are disgusting for months now. The young man that died from bed bug infections and all this other kind of stuff. So this is nothing new, but I guess, when you rich and white and, this kind of stuff usually doesn't happen to you because they all slap you on your wrist and, you go about your business. You never have to visit inside a jail, get your fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. You don't get to experience what it looks like for everyday people.
Oh, he should have got the full experience.
Yeah, I think so too. Um, but no, so that brought some heat into the facility at the Fulton County Jail, which is now being investigated. But I think they all need to be investigated.
But they're still sending, with all the issues, they're still sending people there.
That hasn't stopped them exactly from sending people. But yeah, so union workers, of course, on strike. The union workers have been on strike for a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, auto.
Mm-hmm. They've been on strike for about 2 weeks. Today was the first day that a sitting president of these United States actually went to the picket line. Joe Biden hobbled his old ass to the picket lines to talk to the actual people in line and kind of get their feel of things and where they stand and what they're asking the union to do. And
You sure he was in the right line? It wasn't the KKK line. You know Joe.
I don't know. It might have been. I mean, it's Michigan nonetheless. And no shade to those in Michigan. I'm just saying. Got some shaky places. So, with that, also, last week, what we missed, of course, this happened September 1st, effectively, but those people who do get SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, EBT, because they changed it so white people can feel better about having it. There have been
pretty much any type of assistance.
Right, required eligibility for people. So definitely check onto your website to make sure that you still fall in the criteria for it, or else they will cut you off. COVID is over, but not over, so they are really cutting back on the extra that they were giving for the COVID relief.
BS. Yeah.
And this. Go ahead.
And this is real quick too. Going back to the dirty facilities. If you go into these stores like Walmart and you use the motorized chairs and things like that, please be careful. They had a case where somebody picked up bed bugs from one of the motorized chairs.
Oh, that's gross.
Okay, and they had to pull their fleet off at that particular store because it was infested with bed bugs.
I mean, because every time I look at them things, I think of somebody from my 600-pound life just.
Riding around on those, yeah. But I mean, it's easy. I've seen people on like public transportation with lice and things like that, and they're usually oblivious to them.
Oh, no.
There's usually a mental issue going on, but just be careful if you have to use. Remember, it is a public. Why are you laughing?
I was thinking about this story in my younger year when I worked at Best Buy in Queens. I was working the register and I don't know what the lady was buying, but she was buying something. And I went to go give her her change, and I looked on her sweater, and this roach was just like crawling down her shirt. And I was just like, ma'am, there's a roach on you. And she was just like, what? Wait, I was like, break time. I'm out. I'm out. So they always call me a bit of a high maintenance at work, but it's fine. I don't care. I don't do bugs.
Especially when you bringing them, taking them shopping with you.
Right. My mother was the type to be like, "Don't bring them kids in my house. They got roaches."
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah.
So no, I didn't play with them things, but that was crazy. But no, we don't. No, we don't do bugs. But yeah, bed bugs are disgusting, and so please be careful, people. There's some nasty folks about. I just that just seeing that Roach just like it was a pocket friend. It was like chilling on her the whole time. She
It
walked.
was counting her coins. You know, you
She
can't always spend too
was
much.
like a pet. It was like
Hmm.
a pet, and I was like, because at first, as I'm doing it, I'm like, and I'm like, does something move? And I'm like, no, I'm
You
bugging.
know, you always had that look. You always, when you see something that don't look like it, it's like, wait a minute, that's not a lint ball.
Yeah, no, it definitely was not a lint ball. That was gross.
You said
Uh,
take it. You said Antonio, take your clothes off at the door.
yeah, right. No,
In the trash bag.
if
Uh huh.
I had an inkling that you had, or she, went to your house and yeah, they come over here. You better not. But,
And the cousins came out,
right.
but now their cousins got distant cousins that are making a comeback.
They don't go nowhere. But
Mm,
that's definitely crazy. In some other news, of course, last week, just running through some stuff, there were three uh, black students who helped uh, with the chemical compounds of the first rollout of COVID-19. If you didn't know that, that was some awesome news uh, that we were going to talk about last week. But yeah,
mhm.
system was down, everything was
Yeah.
kaput, and I was going crazy. Um,
And
I
you
was
know it's on the rise. You know that Rona's on the rise again. And
right.
you can also get some more tests from COVID.gov.
Are they
So go
free?
ahead and yes, they're free.
Okay.
Free. They
Yep.
are free. So get your test for this season.
Yeah, yeah. Please do that.
Um, there's a I
Yeah,
guess some of the older I guess some of the ones that they might have had left over.
yeah.
Um, the tests aren't expired. They have an expiration date, but the tests are still good. You know how you just have some left over. They had so many left over.
You sound like my grandmother now when she be digging
What?
in.
Oh no, no,
I do not want
no!
that.
I'm going through that now, finding shit down at
Candy
my mother's house from 1969 and shit. And I'm like, I,
goes.
well, the can's not swollen. It's still good. No, it ain't.
It's not good. Uh, Throw it away. But yeah, so definitely do that because it is coming upon fall season. The first official full day of fall was, of course, the 21st of September. So happy autumn to everyone. And also, lastly, from last week, we always talk about the four young black girls who died in the bombing in, I want to say, do I want to say Alabama?
The church bombing,
The church bombing, the four black
mhm. Birmingham.
Birmingham. That's why I was like, I want to say Alabama, but I was trying to think of the actual city in Birmingham. But there were actually two young men who also lost their lives that day as well. That was with them that, you know, rarely, if ever, get talked about. So there's an article that commemorated uh, their memory as well, because of course they always talk about the four black girls, but they never really mention the two young
I,
men.
this was the first time I've heard that one.
Well, in what movie was it? Was it Selma? I think it was Selma. In the movie Selma, they show them, but there's not much interaction. They're all going like downstairs uh, to the church
Yeah,
basement.
but nobody probably never put it together with that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah, yeah.
that it was even mentioned. So
hmm But they usually are mentioned in a lot of the documentaries and stuff. So I would show you the other stuff that I had here, but of course I can't do that on here because it doesn't work. We talked about that. Um, I saw this, but I didn't read it. So if you know much about it than I do, I'm all ears. A whooping of a $1 billion lawsuit.
oh, this was Kendrick Johnson, the teenager that was found rolled up in a high school
Okay.
mat.
I thought that was.
His Yeah, it's just an update that his family they're finally suing for 1 billion.
Mm,
So there was just an update on that because they
Oh,
still don't know, and that case is so strange anyway.
hmm. Yeah, it's just a lot of cover up.
Hmm.
I haven't heard anything about, and that reminds me, I'm going to the other young man uh, that was with a friend of his, and the mother, the friend, and the mother, the young man,
Kwame
Kwame,
McDowell,
something like that,
that was found in the rice field.
in the rice field. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, well, they arrested the friend's mother,
Right.
but I've never heard any more.
Well, they arrested him, and then I just heard that there was questioning, but I haven't heard that there was any charges filed.
Hmm.
So I don't know. But if anybody else has any updates, please let me know. Send a good old message, email, and or DM. Be greatly appreciated. Um, ah, we did talk about the other week. Uh, what's her face? Kneecap woman, Nancy Pelosi, coming back to the House. She's talking about running for election, re-election again as a House member. Uh, I thought Hakeem Jeffries was supposed to take her spot, but of course, whiteness, they never stop being white. Understand that. They never stop being white, Democrat or Republican. Their whiteness leads first at all times. Because if you were comfortable, you would just let the man lead and do
Take care
whatever.
of your husband. I'm sure he still has that knot on his head. Okay.
Sure, he is worse than he started. Because once you'd be like Mitch McConnell over there seeing ghosts and shit, just
That was no ghost. I keep telling you that was death.
having malfunctions. So, yeah. In all seriousness, this is crazy. Hakeem Jeffries was basically had an issue with um, some remarks that Nancy Pelosi said, and they've been giving him heat for it. But her
And
comments were unwarranted.
was that about Kamala?
Yeah, they're about Kamala and him, kind of, sort of.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
him, kind of, sort of. But she just ain't say his name. Uh,
Oh, okay. I'm listening. Go ahead.
but also, like, that they're not doing enough, or they could be doing more. Which part of that is very much true. But you also know in the system in which they are in, it's a white club. So they ain't gonna let them do but so much. Just like you, oh, he's gonna be my successor. He in there for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden you talking about running for election again at 80 something, almost 90 something years old. We don't need another Feinstein on our hands, please.
Thank you. That's a prime example right there. She doesn't even know where she is.
She don't even know what day it is. Don't even know what day it is. And she ain't even in the ground yet, and her children are fighting over her estate. So I mean, it's like somebody go sit that woman down. I think that was it for the most part. Uh, Dallas mayor switches parties, which I'm not surprised. I can't see the picture, so I don't know if he's black or white. But
Oh, he's black.
yeah, but I was about to say that.
He's black. But this is the what, third or fourth person that has done that?
Yeah. At this point, it's a money thing. They're throwing money at these people to do this, to switch up. And granted, yes, I get it. Everybody's political affiliation is different. But it's a whole different level to get into an office, to get a vote, uh, and trust by the people to run the city or whatever you got voted in as that candidate. And
Yeah.
then when you get in there to totally flip it, that's not cool. It's
Oh
almost
no, no. You should be out. You should
you should be
leave.
out, right?
I have no problems with you switching your affiliation once your term is over with.
That's it.
You can
That's
come
it.
you can come back and run again as
Or
a Republican, but
right,
not right in the middle of your. Go
right,
ahead.
right. You're absolutely right. Go ahead.
Just not right in the middle of your tenure. Um, I find it ridiculous. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, bitch, are you faster than a speeding bullet? I'd have no problems. He he just he would have to go because
Now,
he
right.
lied to his constituents that put him in
Yeah.
office. And
Right.
if they just sit down there idly talking about, well, we're going to vote him out, you wouldn't have to vote him
You don't
out.
vote him out. No.
Click, click, click.
Yeah.
Oops. you know.
I mean, not even in that regard. A special election should be held. Period. If that's the case, then have a special election held. You are now that party, and you get another candidate.
No, but they're too comfortable in doing it because all
Yeah.
of a sudden everybody's trying this trick.
Everybody's doing it. Yeah.
Everybody's flipping. You know, it's
They pain in the
like I said,
flesh.
if you pop, like I keep telling you, you pop one, everybody else they'll think twice about doing it because there's no way in the world you sit up here and all these people. I'm just surprised that they just haven't run up on his ass.
I was surprised they a lot
That's
of
the problem. That's the problem. They need to run up on that ass right down there at City Hall.
mm,
But
mm.
there's no fucking way in the world that I put you in office and you're gonna sit there. Well, I never liked them. I don't care if you don't like them. Just make sure when you run again that you
Right.
run under. You
Yeah. You
change your
run
affiliation and
yeah.
that's it. But you're
Under
not gonna
someone.
do this shit on my dime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put you in. I put you in there. Those other people didn't put you in there. Those Republicans didn't put you in there.
That part is true. That part is true.
But it's just a power grab because it's like I see that I can get more power.
Well, it's money too.
Yeah, I mean, that comes along with it from the
They
from the Republicans because they're fucking everybody
literally and figuratively. Uh,
with with no coconut oil.
no,
That shit's got to burn.
no,
There's no way in the world.
it does burn afterwards because then you
Yeah.
can't get out there because they're the ones that got to handle the criminal aspect of it because they're the ones talk to the dude in Georgia. Everybody else got out. Everybody else was able to bond out that day. Only spent minutes in jail. He spent at least almost 2 weeks in there. When nobody, the only reason why they even went and got him because after a while people started to really talk and it started to look a little bit embarrassing that you had this person carrying the water for you guys to try and get people in Georgia to flip and vote for Trump and manipulating older black voters, and he's sitting in there, and y'all don't want him
Yeah,
to
but they
tell.
have to remember too. He did threaten. Was it the FBI or the CIA? He threatened one
He
of them.
did. He did.
So
He did.
unfortunately, sometimes you just shut the fuck up.
Uh, Find out.
Hell, he found out.
You're not above the law. Darnell may be, but you're not.
You're not. Mm-mm.
You're not.
It burns us.
Yeah.
and he got
Right.
burnt.
Yeah. So that was that. I think pretty much that was that on that with the news. If I missed anything, because that's all I saw there. If I missed anything, please let me know.
Why it sound like cake's getting slapped over there?
Yeah,
That's your dryer.
yeah,
But it
that is,
sounded like cake slapping. I heard that sound. I was like, who got on pull her?
yeah, not
See,
me,
this is
not
what happens when you miss a week.
yeah, a lot happens. But no, not that. Although I'm not opposed to it, but it's not happening. That is really
Well,
just
this
one.
fall, so people, please be aware. Also, this is
Oh no,
homosexual weather season is here.
homosexual season is upon us. So please be
Mhm.
careful. Be on the
That's
lookout.
right. Now,
Um,
Melissa, don't bring nobody back when you come back off of vacation. Now,
yes, please
I heard they've
don't
been
bring.
hanging out at those cruises.
Mm. I think that was it.
Okay.
Was that it? That all? I think so. So let's just get into it. Excuse me.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who has been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
Okay, so the most annoying thing that I don't even like about this is that you gotta press the button to tap it so it can play. I'm not sure if you guys hear it, but I don't hear it unless I tap the button for it to play out. Stupid.
It reminds something antiquated like flipping switches.
I mean, it's just so dumb, so dumb. But it is what it is. For a little while longer, anyway.
Hmm.
All right. So
Yeah,
let's,
pray for the Mac.
yeah,
We're
please,
gonna lay some hands. We're gonna have a moment of silence
please have
for
a
the
moment
Mac.
for the back, please, because I need my source back. I feel so naked. Uh, yeah, because I had everything in there. So let's discuss a few things first. First, um, there's a cruise, of course. So kudos to those of you going on a cruise. Please have a safe, uh,
Yes.
fun, blessed weekend getaway. No fights, no, maybe a little
Enjoy
bit.
yourselves. Have a good
Enjoy
time.
yourself. Good time. For those of you cruising for the first time, enjoy it, take it in, um, and many more to come. Hopefully,
And
you
don't bring back no island men's.
yeah, please have Stella get her groove and keep it back there. Okay, don't bring it with you. Just have a good time. Have a good time. Be adults. Do adult stuff. It's not even about doing stuff and running back to tell people because you're all
Hmm.
grown. You're all adults. Do your thing. Have fun. Enjoy your trip. Uh, and for everybody who's going, because I don't even know all the people that are going, but I know Auntie Melissa is going. She's flying out. Was it Wednesday?
This morning,
This morning?
I think she
Okay.
had mentioned about leaving this morning.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
she said this morning, this flight in the AM. So
Okay.
get your rest, girl, and get to that airport early.
Right.
Don't don't take nothing with you, girl. Leave a little case at home. They got drinks there.
Yeah,
You just have
right.
to go on a liquid diet. Don't take nothing on the flight. TSA will grab you.
They will. They will grab you up. And speaking of TSA, I don't know if anybody, people saw that there were two TSA agents sometime last week or the week before that were arrested and charged for stealing from passengers. They were going into people's wallets as they were putting their stuff in the bins, and it was going around the little thing before it went into the X-ray machine. They were taking money out of wallets, all types of stuff, and got
Oh
caught.
damn, they were bold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
Sure enough.
usually steal your shit loading it into the plane.
Right, right. That part. But no, this was during the TSA thing. So those two young men were fired and charged. So just be careful with your belongings and things. Make sure you keep track of it, know where your stuff is at all times. And let it do what it do. Uh, yeah, so with that, that's that. Of course, too, there was a fried chicken wing challenge. I'm okay with the challenges.
Hope they're not using that snap.
Right. Be careful with that.
Cause and then too, the government gonna be shutting down, so stuff might get a little slow.
Right. So be careful with the challenges. You're going around using your snaps for these challenges, and then you don't win, and you feel very upset. Okay. Note this. A lot of this sometimes is a popularity contest. Okay, and sometimes if other people feel shaded or slighted, when it's their turn to judge, they will do the same to you if you happen to be a contestant. Um, when you know that from jump, you wouldn't be surprised sometimes at the outcome. A lot of people, now granted, the judging as far as the numbers were way crazy and out of whack because it was like nines, 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 tens, nines, tens, six. You're like, what?
Mm.
What? What that person get a six? A six, no less. But yeah, some people did get some low scores, and it wasn't much explanation. Now, Yusuf, you don't have a problem with Yusuf judging because sometimes he seems to take this very seriously, as if he was on Food Network or something like that. However, you was high as Cuda Brown, and I don't think you knew what you were judging or how you was judging. There had to be a constant reminder of what the criteria was. And as a judge, you should already know that. And it should already be written down, or the judges should already have what the criteria is as far as what they're supposed to be judging and how. Um, Now, one thing I'm not really sure the reason why people were being deducted for cleanliness when we're not eating it, like the judges are not eating it.
I don't know what they're looking in the backgrounds.
I, I,
Y'all better just put the screen up.
yeah, but even at that one
You
point,
ain't
you're like,
washed them. You didn't wash them dishes.
I want to see the curtains. Why do you want to see somebody's curtains on a cooking challenge? It's all about the cooking and food. So we're only going by presentation. You're not eating it, so I mean,
Yeah, just how it looks.
you're not eating it. You're just going by what it looks like. Maybe if you wanted to do ingredients for creativity, if it was different from a normal, regular chicken wing to something Asian infused or Italian something or something different.
Mm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
just pretend you're at an Oriental restaurant, and you know how they
yeah.
have those menu pictures that look all glossy, all nice, and everything looks greasy.
Uh, and
One
it
of those.
tastes greasy. But yeah, I just think the judging as far as the scoring was a bit shady. And yeah, Brianna, you was a bit shady to King Roman, but I understood it. But he wasn't being shady to you. He was really just judging upon your dish, and it was dark. It was Cajun. It was Cajun. It was dark. I know you don't like to hear that. You don't want to believe it, but your lasagna was on the dark side. I mean, your sauce may have taken 4 hours for you to put together. Your homemade sauce
4 hours. 4 hours.
was
They don't take
homemade.
that long to run. They don't take that long to run to the grocery store. Oh damn, 4 hours. What the hell was she cooking?
It don't take who that long to run to the grocery store. Right. Um, so anyway, moving right along from there, what else we had? I mean, that was about it. Oh, I forgot this little nitbit note about the trip. What's his name? Tracy's man, whatever his name is. Um, man, X-Man, almost X-Man. Noble won't be attending. He has a fractured, bruised, broken rib.
Mm.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
How's she doing?
Um,
How you do that?
I don't know. She
Was
said
it
he
bad?
fell. He didn't even know how he did it. She was trying to explain that he fell, but it was like as she was explaining, he fell down a step, hit his chest. Then he, the same breath, tripped over his shoe, tripped over this, tripped over that. I don't know what he did.
Mm.
Don't know what he did because he didn't do nothing. He's just not going. He's not going because after he threatened to beat up people or harm people who was taking pictures of him, which I don't really think he was going to do anyway. I think he was just talking shit. However, ZX took it upon himself to call the cruise line to let the cruise line know that, hey, on this particular
these,
day,
these motherfuckers are something else. They
that,
the most dollarless. Boy, they got that Karen energy though. You
but
got to put it on them.
on this date, you will have a child abuser allegedly on your cruise. And I don't think I would want to, I spent my good earned money to be on this cruise, and I don't think I want to go if this person is going to be on the cruise. Is there some way that I can get in touch with the authorities or something? Do you have somebody I can get in touch with? That they told him that he could, they would take his concern into consideration, and sorry to hear that and all that good jazz. And then also that he can contact the Coast Guard. Now, um,
That is
now,
crazy.
do
That
I
is so
think that's
crazy.
going too far? Yes, that's going way too far. When you yourself, sir, have your own abusive or domestic abuse things in your own past, I just think pot calling kettle black, crazy. Um, and then two, it's a cruise. Like, leave the people alone. Granted, it's one thing not to like somebody or to, whatever, whatever. But let people live their lives. Why are we into this thing of trying to destroy people from going places? Now, granted, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Although he doesn't know, or maybe he was unaware of Tracy's doing when she used to call places like she called the place in Orlando when they all was doing the filming to try and get that shut down, making false accusations. And I guess, surprise, surprise, here's karma. But that was a bit unfortunate because he, when he said he broke his ribs or bruised his ribs or whatever, I didn't buy it because just a couple of days ago, you was about to fuck people up for taking pictures. If they took a picture of you, so I didn't know where that came from. It just didn't make sense. And he said, "Oh, because he was in Cruiser's chat when he said it." Because I said I wasn't buying it. He said, "Oh, I spent a lot of money. I'm losing a lot of money." Granted, you may be losing something, but a lot of money ain't it. That cruise was not that expensive. And not to mention probably some of the pieces and things donated to that. So I doubt you really lost much of anything, sir. But, feel better, get well, because the way you was hollering and screaming the other night didn't quite sound like somebody who had a bruised rib, broken rib, or anything like that, because that really hurts. Like you aren't able to even get words out. You are in so much pain. So, yeah. Bruised rib, maybe a little bruise. Maybe you might have hit the corner of the dresser because you was drunk. Trying to make it to the bathroom and slipped. Maybe so. And for that, feel better, sir. But you're not going to this cruise. You're not going to this cruise because they was on your ass. And you didn't want to possibly have to be at the bottom of the ship for the duration of your vacation. Or watching your back thinking somebody is on you. But yes.
They'll have the pedophile patrol.
Yeah, right. But
Crazy.
unfortunately, when dealing with certain people, sometimes you got to vet them. And I did hear allegedly there's a rumor that he has a whole wife anyway in Detroit and that Tracy was just the side piece. So, I mean, if that's the case, then there's nothing to be
Tracy's
mad about.
Pieces.
He's living up to our name. And do know anytime, that this wouldn't be the first time that something happened to a man that Tracy was involved with. Look at Rob Brack. He's in jail. He's still on vacation. Okay. He is still on vacation. It's just not a cruise ship.
But it's a cruise.
Yeah, it is a cruise.
And he's getting cruised.
He's sailing. He sure is.
He sure
Although
is.
the reason why he ended up in jail the second time was his own doing. To be fair, that was his own doing. Thank you very much, Ray Charles. When I'm doing this.
I know you was good. Giving a lot of Ray.
Yeah, I was.
I was waiting for you to start doing that.
Yeah, right.
No, actually, Ray Charles was like this. He'd be scratching and shit.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, because he was heavy on that stuff.
On that stuff. That
Was it cocaine or whatever it is he was using? He couldn't keep still.
No, not at all. But yeah, so let's address the elephant, or should I say the gorilla in the room. So, all right. It's nice how you take that breath. You took a breath for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I felt it. So, now, all right. So, Mr. Caldwell, Gorilla James. So, okay. How I end up in your whole thing, okay, is beyond me, right? I get it. I captivate you. My self-confidence makes you feel away. And I understand that. If I looked like you, I would feel the same way too, but I don't. And I don't share your vitriol for me, right? Nor do I care, because in order to care, you got to care about the person or feel a way, and I don't. So I really don't care how you feel. However, I am concerned that you know so much about me, that you so much like, oh, I can't wait for Sean to discover about Cap or Captivating or whatever you said, because I wasn't there to watch. But I did hear, I was told that you had a lot to say. But I really want to know. We all want to know. We are waiting with bated breath of what you know so much about me. Because it's funny how you always say that to people and you always mention that to a lot of people. This ain't the first time you said it. That's not the first time I've heard it, even with the situation with Peace and Love. They both were like, her and Custard both. Well, but from what Mother told us, we didn't know. What? But I've never met you, sir. We've spoken twice, maybe 3 times, and that was in a group thing behind, like, after a live or something. But I don't know anything about you personally at all. Now, granted, the way you act and behave, it's easy to kind of pinpoint how your upbringing was, how shitty of a mother your mama was, because it displays in your actions. That's why you call yourself mother, because you wish you had a mother that kind of loved and cared and nurtured you instead of leaving you out to the wolves because you were not the favorite. You understand that more now than anything. Your brother's in jail for murdering or unaliving an individual, and your mother still cares more about him than you, and you're free. And I get that on this weight journey of losing weight, and kudos to you for doing that, because that's a feat in and of itself. You trying to move up from kitten heels to higher ones. So, shout out to you for that. Losing weight is a big thing. But and the drug is free. You're on Medicaid, Medicare. So you can get the drug free. Shoot it up. Don't shoot too much, because you might end up someplace that you was almost there the first time. So, with that, sir, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you just didn't have a life that a lot of us did. You had a rough life. It shows on your face and everything you do. It shows you had a very rough life. Not a lot of people cared about you, and this is the most love that you've ever experienced in your life from people that don't know you, that talk shit about you behind your back, but call you mother, and that you're pretty, and that you're handsome, and all these lies that they feed to you, and you seem to eat them and think, oh, this is really true. I am this person. Sir, newsflash, you are ugly. Yes, you may lose weight, but that doesn't change ugly. You're ugly inside and out. And yes, you can talk about my disability all day long till you're blue in the face. But note that that doesn't affect me at all. I still travel. I still meet people. And I definitely, unlike you, Mr. Celibate, have plenty of worthwhile sexual encounters safely. Thank you. So I'm sorry. Truly, I am. I'm really sorry that my whole nature, my whole being of the person that I am, that my mother groomed me to be, that I grew into myself to be, offends you. That I don't, kind of lower myself to your quote unquote YouTube greatness. But this is a app, right? This is not real life, right? And I get it. You weren't popular in school. I get it. You were the fat, ugly kid that people teased and they called you the F word constantly because you were just that. You had a mop on your head that looked like a push broom, and the girls let you do their hair and they talked about their boyfriends, and you was just, the kick along guy. Okay. But this doesn't give you the right to think that you can bully people, because everybody's not afraid of you. Actually, I don't know too many people that are afraid of you, because you're nothing to be afraid of, sir. Nothing at all. I know, like, you wish or you think you are, but you're really not. You're really not. Even the people that support you in the way that they send you information or give you stuff, I mean, come on. Really? Like, grow up. Grow up. Here you are, 50 something years old, when you should be like encouraging and doing something uplifting in the halfway mark part of your life, someplace that you weren't even gonna make it. We remember when you was as skinny back then, during that time that you quote unquote possibly had cancer, or it could have been something else, and your skin was really dark and you sounded like Wheezy Jefferson. Yet that on those moments, recall those moments when you were so thinking about life and reflecting and all that kind of stuff. When you came that close to the brink of absolute transition. Yeah, those moments. Because they can come again. So when you think it's funny talking shit about people, note that any day you could be sitting in your car and somebody could fuck you up and you'd never be the same again. Breathing out of a tube or eating out of a straw. So just be mindful. Just be mindful. That's all. So yeah. And the blank was for your dying reads and your dying channel. That's what it's for. Because the same sorry ass, lame ass, I know something, but I don't know shit kind of reads are ridiculous. Nobody cares. If you know it, say it. If you don't know it, which you don't, because you're always making up shit and lying, shut the fuck up, because doesn't nobody want to hear it. Nobody cares. Put up or shut up, sir. Put up or shut up. Yeah, and that's it. I'm done on that. Any movies, shows, news?
No. Blue Beetle. I watched Blue Beetle.
What was that?
Huh?
What's that?
It's a new. It's not Superman. It's DC.
Blue Beetle, Blue Beetle, Blue Beetle, Blue
Uh-huh.
Beetle.
You know what? It was even in the movies. I don't know what happened. Maybe I don't. Well, I'm trying to figure out what was really big that was going on that might have overshadowed that. But it's like the Hispanic version.
Oh,
But
I,
I watched that. It was okay. It's up on the thing.
okay.
Um,
I'll check that out. I haven't
but
really seen.
it's still in the theaters too. Matter of fact.
Oh, shut
But
up. That's
so
cool.
um,
I haven't really
I,
checked out anything else.
what's that?
I haven't checked out too much of anything else. What were you saying?
No, this movie on HBO Max called Naked Something. Well, it's like a dating game, but you actually it's a British uh dating show, but the people are actually naked.
Hmm.
Y'all gotta watch this shit. Y'all gotta watch it.
What is it called?
It's called Naked Truth, Naked something. Wait a minute.
Let me see. You said it's on HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max. And
Uh,
you know, they don't have the same well, I guess too. They've never had this thing because they've always had nudity on TV uh over in England.
yeah, they do. That's just an American thing.
HBO Max. Let's
Naked
see.
Attraction, is it?
Naked Attractions. That's what it's called. And you get to choose from I think it's like either eight people and you actually see them naked starting from the waist up and you get to pick the person that you want
From the waist up.
from the waist up. But each time it's like each level it comes up like then it's like mid chest and then it's the actual face. Then you can actually go out with on a date with someone.
Okay, so are they? I'm guessing during this time they are engaging, like talking and stuff like that.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. So something
So
like The Circle. It almost gives me vibes of like The Circle without clothes. Have you ever seen The Circle on Netflix?
no.
So it's it's similar to um, people being on like a social media But the picture that they show or display, it may be them, it may not be them.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk back and forth with each other. Some people have wound up trying to connect and date, but it's a whole game, something similar to like Survivor in a sense, but it's kind of done virtually. It's weird, but yeah, it's cruising. I'll check that out. Definitely
Yeah.
will check.
That was the funny part was one. There's a white girl, and you have all different races and things like that. She disqualified the black guy because he was too large. I was rolling. She's like, "Oh no, no, that was no." She was like, because and they all kept commenting on it throughout the whole thing. Because she was comparing it to everybody else that she had to pick from, and she's
Okay.
like, oh no, he's too large." And I was like, and the guy was like, he didn't know what to say. He was so dumbfounded. It was
Like that.
hilarious.
You don't have to pick. Is she the only one? Like, does she pick between almost like the Bachelor, but she's the Bachelorette, and it's
Yeah,
just
she's
these.
like the bachelorette, and you
Oh,
have the
okay.
moderator. You have the
Oh,
moderator, and each one, and then they also give you fun sexual facts too.
okay. Okay. Well,
So,
then that makes sense because I'm like, somebody's too large. Okay, let him pick somebody else. You don't have to pick it.
mhm.
If she's the only one picking, then I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, and they have
Yeah, that's
all sexual denominations up
no,
there. So
not
it's
Asians.
not because it just has. I mean, when you think about when you think about it, it's like you always think about homo and hetero
Yeah.
and everything in between. But they were going between. They were actually explaining the in betweens, a lot of the in betweens, which was
Nice.
good. That there's more than
Yeah.
one sexuality,
Yeah.
so that was good on that. But like I said, I had watched a couple of episodes of that. It was just hilarious.
It's like Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors.
Yeah, and there were a lot of flavors up there too.
Yeah, so I definitely have to check that out. I have been watching Big Brother, of course. Uh,
Hmm.
Jared and Cameron were eliminated, but I already knew that something wasn't right because when Cameron got eliminated, I had to go sit outside with Julie. She did not immediately start telling the business about the house and who was related to whom. So then I thought, oh, he's not going home. And sure enough, after Jared got eliminated, because it was a double elimination, they were both told that they'll be back in the house as zombies because it's zombie week. And then they'll play competition, and whoever wins out of the competition between the two of them gets to return back into the house.
Okay.
So that should be interesting too.
Do they still have the After Dark?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That still comes on. You can catch that at Paramount TV Live or CBS.com to watch the live feed of the show. And there's another station too you can, but I can't think of it right now. But yeah, you can watch the live. I don't watch the live feed, so that's why sometimes I usually just wait till it airs on Wednesday and then live on Thursday. But I know Duchess kind of love he watches it, so he already know
Mhm.
beforehand and be telling it. But it's okay. I'll watch
Spoiler alert!
it.
Spoiler alert!
But I'll watch it anyway. I really hope Sari wins. That is my person. Uh, I think her son is going to get her in trouble. Hopefully, he learned his lesson if he gets back into the house to shut the fuck up. Um, because he's just making deals and then just trying to be like, yeah, go get him. And it's like, these white people are going to go get the
Hmm.
person and be like, did you tell Jared? And it's just what they did. And it made him look, made him look crazy. So, like, you just keep your mouth closed. Your mother told you that when she told you something and you went back and told somebody else. She said, no, shut up. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, I just hope the black folks stick together in this one because it looks like the Vanillas will be gunning for all the black folks in there, and I just hope they
Oh,
can stick
okay.
together to kind of make sure they keep their numbers because that's what it looks like their next plan is. But yeah, um, Ring of Power, the Wheel of Power, I think. I think that's the name of the damn show on
That's
Amazon.
on the Amazon Prime.
Yeah, is what I've been watching. If you're into like sci-fi, mystical kind of stuff, that's a really cool. It's from a series of books, which I haven't read, but the way they kind of put it out in the show, it makes me want to read it, even though they say the book is better than the show. But
Oh, that's always
yeah,
they're going so much more in depth.
detail. Yeah, because they have to. I mean, you have to condense it to make it fit for a TV, and then
Yeah,
they
there's only so much stuff that you can actually translate to TV
right, right,
than
and then
that.
you want to put some parts in because you want the people who have read the books, you want to have them have something familiar to connect with that they have read. So, but yeah, I definitely want to check that out. Other than that, nothing new. Just waiting for this laptop to be fixed. I can't wait. Oh, my
Who was that? What page was I on? Damn it. Oh shit, I closed it out. Um, shit, I can't remember where I was now. Well, anyway, did you hear you know who Angelica Ross is, right? The actress that was on Pose,
Oh,
played
okay.
this
If I say,
Candy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, did you happen to hear she was upset about when she was on God, what is it? American Horror Story. She
no.
had evidently she had signed a deal
Hmm.
that pretty much tied her up with
Oh,
with that what do you call
right.
it? Yeah, with Ryan Murphy,
Hmm.
you know, for X amount of time, and she missed out on doing some work in the Marvel universe because I guess he was pretty much just exclusive to that, you know, to
Yeah.
that studio or whatever, and she couldn't do any other work.
Mm. Was
So
it?
that's what I wanted to know. It's like, how do you tie up somebody, say for 5 years, you're an exclusive
Right.
on this channel, you know, on this network.
Right.
Do you get paid? Did they say they send you little checks or something while you know when you're not working? Because remember, she had gone from Pose. They killed her off on Pose, and then she started doing work on American Horror Story.
Right.
So, you know, what happens in between? You
Yeah.
know, that type of thing. You know, you still need to make money or whatever. Well, evidently, she was approached to do something. They wanted her to try out for some role with the Marvel universe, and but she wanted to do well. She wanted to do the Marvel universe thing.
Hmm.
Um, but she had pitched an idea to him to do a takeoff from the Coven.
Mm.
Remember that with the
Yeah.
witches,
With the
but
witches.
solely concentrating on the black witches because remember they were like the voodoo, hoodoo, and all
Right.
the rest of that.
That'd be.
So you know, she had pitched that idea to him or whatever, and he just
Mm.
never. He said, "Oh, you know, okay, that sounds good. I'll try it. Just sit still." And she was still sitting. Okay, it was one of those things. So she was real pissed about it, and she kind of aired the whole thing out. But I'm like, you know, this is Hollywood. This is what they
That's
do.
what they do.
Uh-huh. I mean, first of all, you should have gotten something in writing, at least, you know,
Right.
wrote up a layout
Yeah.
and you had it, you know, you signed it or whatever, so that they couldn't
Mhm.
just up and steal your idea later on. But then
Right.
he came out with something. He came out with some other one. I don't even remember watching. I hadn't watched it in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Another
They just
story.
with the American Horror Story recently. A
What's
new
that?
a new series for the American Horror Stories that just come
Mm,
out like
mm.
maybe about a week ago, I think.
Oh,
Or
okay.
2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I don't know, but Yeah,
Yeah, but she was real. She was pissed about it. But of course, she aired out everything on
that's probably
social
because
media.
she trusted that man because she's known him for a while,
Yeah,
trying
but
to
you
get
don't
his.
trust everybody like that. That's why I say you don't really trust everybody like that.
Nope.
Especially when you're new to the game, you're new to the neighborhood, and everybody ain't Mr. Rogers.
No. Look what Andy Cohen did to the women of the Atlanta franchise of the Housewives.
hmm Oh yeah,
Constantly doing to them,
they're interchangeable.
but they are the most, they bring the network the most money,
Money.
and yet he does them the dirtiest. All the other housewives, they don't get the turnaround like the Atlanta Housewives do, or any of the extra kind of stuff that goes along. So I don't know, something about them gay white men. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, but I was just, I mean, she was real pissed. I mean, I understand she could be pissed about it. It's just certain ways you do things.
Yeah, but
I
I
think,
mean, it's bad business. I think she should have known better than tie
yeah, but
yourself
like
up.
I said, she was trusting. But yeah, but that's like those record deals when you have new
Yeah,
artists that get those record deals that everything
you
comes
got a
out of your
puffy deal.
pocket. Yeah,
You got a puffy deal. Take that. Take
yeah,
that.
get that's right. Get that Puff Daddy deal or P Diddy or whatever. What is he? PX or some shit, whatever he is this week. Um, and you don't read the fine print,
Yeah,
and you put everything, and you end up owing them.
yeah,
That kind of shit. You think you run out here buying the $3.5 million house,
right. And then you got to sell
and then you got to sell it after you done moved everybody into it, your whole
it.
goddamn neighborhood.
Billy
Yeah.
Porter. And
Why does everybody? I mean, sheesh. I
mm-mm.
mean, I don't know why actors and musicians. I mean, you have to be large caliber
Yeah,
to be able to maintain a property that large because it's going to have 24/7 around the clock care, which
yep,
most houses don't. You you might get 7 days a week when you call a super. Hey super, my toilet won't flush, and that's that. Um, but to have these large ass properties and you can't maintain them even financially, and you're just a flash in the pan, that type of thing.
that's it. That is it. That's why you strike while the iron is hot, and you
hmm Yeah,
do a
take all
little
your little money,
bit. Yeah.
put a little bit of money aside.
Yeah. Well, you're too busy walking around with all these fashions and hair and these
Oh, Billy Porter,
and shit. Yeah,
he's overexposed now because every time I see him, I just flip the I flip the chat.
yeah. It's like overkill. Very much overkill. But anyway, um, yeah. But that's all I had. That's all I had. I don't think I have anything else that I can think of off the top of my head. Nope. I don't know if there's anything anybody else wanted to talk about. I guess I can.
To fix it.
I can't do that. I was gonna drop the link, but I can't do that. I gotta press the button.
Are,
So I'm not doing that either. You can
are
put it in the. You can read it.
Oh, have you tried Macworld?
Map World?
Macworld.
No, what's that?
Um,
Oh, the
give
Mac.
you give
Oh, the
yeah, it
Mac.
gives you some pointers on how to.
Yeah, no. Actually, I could do that. Yeah, I could try that. But I already tried most of everything, I think. But I'll look on there.
I'll drop a link on there.
Oh, no, I know how to get there.
Oh, you know how to get there? Okay. Yeah, Macworld. Yeah, because I was reading through some of that stuff beforehand,
Sorry about that,
giving
too.
giving some different ideas and shit because I'm a Windows person, so we got our own problem.
Yeah,
And this shit is like Spanish to me when it's
I,
dealing with a Mac. That's why I don't fuck with Macs.
I haven't touched Windows in, jeez, years.
hmm
It's been years.
Like I said, I just dib and dab because the wife can't do anything else. It just needs apps.
You know
needs,
what?
some- needs something with apps on it. What you got with apps? I could just press. If I want to keep my sanity, put it like that.
Right. Happy life, happy wife. Then the only
Uh-huh.
reason why I even really am familiar with Windows again is because of my work computer.
Uses Windows.
But other than that, I wouldn't even know how to do that anymore. But yeah, so
If it's up to me, it would be strictly Linux for me.
no, I just like that everything syncs. Like I don't have to from one
Yeah, that's
device.
yeah, that's the only real good thing about it is that you have that whole Apple universe that
Mm-hmm.
everything is automatic links. But see, they know they have a monopoly on it,
Yeah,
you know. But I like the ease of being able to switch platforms, going from different systems and things like
yeah,
that. And you should, and it is literally like learning a new language.
yeah. That part is true.
But
Part is
I don't want the damn company to be able to hold me hostage saying that. I mean, that's what they do. That's why
right.
they stealing all your shit. They bum rushing, and stealing all the displays and shit.
Yeah,
You know what? They got a Mac. They got one out down here in Towson. I'm trying to remember.
Max probably.
We'll run up in there and steal some shit out of there. Now probably get shot. But anyway, that's why everybody running in there. But it's like you can't even get this shit to come on. You
No way.
gotta have all this. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. And then they only let you work on it. You
No.
can't work on this shit yourself.
Mm-mm. Well, if you do and you mess it up, they're not gonna be liable, so you're gonna be asked out. So you better know what you're doing if you do it.
Hmm. Yeah, but it's easy.
Yeah,
Everything's literally on
on
YouTube now.
YouTube. Yeah,
And then
that
they
part.
have these forums, and it's so easy. Sheesh. I mean, I've gotten to the point now I can tear a laptop down and put it right back together again. Do the maintenance on it, put new thermal paste and everything in it, clean out the vents. I can,
When I get a new one, then I'll use the old one.
then
Yeah,
yeah, if you get, when that's why you keep the you keep the old one until they stop giving you assistance as far as the operating system.
yeah,
They kill you there because then you lose the updates, the security updates.
right, right. That's the same thing they do with the phones, though.
Yeah, I heard they were throttling them down and everything. That's
Yeah.
why I use Android.
What? I just,
uh, you know what happens when my Android break? I go right on eBay and I get another used one.
I mean,
Cause I, cause I don't spend $5,000 on an Apple phone. My daughter them got that shit. I was
you
like,
do the same thing.
it looks
First of all,
so,
my
it looks
Apple is
drab.
not my Apple is not that updated. It's because I don't feel the need to go out and get a new phone every year or every time one drops. It's like they're the same. It's only very little things that change about them, so I don't get one every year. But every couple of years I do, like
Hmm.
3 or 4, something like that. But I'm due for an update though.
Yeah, the damn things are too expensive to be switching out like that.
Yeah.
Making the old ones obsolete. Making the old ones obsolete. And I always keep my old ones. Now my wife, on the other hand, she breaks her shit 3, 4 months right after she get it. So I know she gonna be getting another one.
No,
I
that's
ain't never seen. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
no.
Never.
This past I think was it July, late July, early August was the first time I've ever in the many, 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 many years I've had a cell phone ever broken a screen. My
Wow.
screen has never cracked. I've never any of that. This was the first time that's ever happened. I was so crushed I didn't know what to do.
I
But
was gonna say, how many shits did you say? Shit.
I did wind up meeting there's a tech place not too far from me.
Hmm.
Well, it's far, but not too far. Um, a black owned, and it was really cool. He was in and out.
Yeah,
Stuff.
believe a lot of that stuff is kind of easy. Well, with the cell phones, since they're all watertight,
Yeah.
the issue is disassembling it without tearing the leads that connect it to the motherboard and things like that.
Mm.
But if you take your time, you can do it yourself. Do it on the old one first, though. But it's actually cheaper. But then, depending upon the part. it's not worth getting fixed. It's just go
Right.
ahead and replace it because the
Right.
part costs just as much as what you paid for it.
Right.
So you have to weigh that cost there.
Well, I hope not. That was a pretty penny.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. But when you get something that's out of date and as the parts become scarcer, the prices go up.
Mm, mm, yeah.
The prices go up. So it's just easier to just go ahead and get another one.
True that. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys today. I have an early start tomorrow because I am still training. So,
Training. Look at
yeah,
you. He just, oh, well, you're moving on up.
really, I was up this early. Like, this is crazy.
But you're getting paid, right? And the
Yeah,
time winded down. If I
yeah,
don't have to talk to nobody for the next 3 hours, I'll sit right here.
definitely. But yeah, it's all worth it. So, I guess I'll just tough it out. But it's my little extra hours of sleep. Like, okay, I still got some time. Like, nope, no, you don't. Get up.
Get the hell up and roll on out of bed. You slide across the floor in your slippers.
Right.
Go to your corner.
Like, I'm ready.
Still sitting there in your pajamas.
Yep. But yeah, that's all I got. That is really all I have for you. Beautiful people. Thank you so much for hanging out with us yet again on this lovely Tuesday evening.
Yes,
Sorry.
and we missed y'all last week.
Right. Sorry I couldn't read everybody's comments and chats. Please, I can't see it. So you can DM me or whatever, but please know, thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate it. And hopefully my baby will be fixing back to normal and up and running so I can see everything and I don't have to touch stuff because this touching shit is not cool. Yeah, but I'm appreciative that I do have the iPad to utilize. So there is a blessing in it. Yeah, because to use this, shit. No. No.
Like I said, this shit's so small. These motherfuckers, I don't know how to. Like I said, the first time I did it, I was like, how the hell these young kids? I can't even see this shit.
I don't know how they do it constantly. Like no. It's just
But you know what? They make it work.
yeah, that part
They
is true. They
they
definitely
make it
do.
work. As long as I ain't got to touch no stuff, I'm good. I'm good to go.
Yeah,
I need a screen.
I need a screen. I need like
I
stuff
like my shit to look like the bridge of the Enterprise. I got monitors and shit all
right.
up here. I'm doing. Wait a minute.
Camera 2, angle 3. Like I need all of my, I need all my stuff. But anyway, you guys have a great night. Be safe.
Yeah.
Stuff still out here, so definitely.
Yes. Please be careful. Please be careful. And over there in California, I don't know, it's California, Los Angeles, where they have a serial killer over there that's
yeah.
killed. I believe it's 3 now.
3, yeah. 3 women.
Three black women. Please
Yes.
be careful. Be aware of what's going on. Please be careful riding in those scooters at the stores.
Lord Jesus.
Mm-mm-mm.
Not bad, but oh.
Mm-hmm.
Just cringy. But yeah, be careful. Carry your wipes and stuff around. Don't be just flopping your behind these people. I know the people be laughing at me, but if I go to the movies, I pull out the handy wipes and I'll be the whole seat and the little cup holder thing too, and then I'll sit and whatever. My friends be laughing at me, thinking it's funny. Like, y'all think it's funny if you want to. I'm not sitting. No, because you never know what people are. Nah, no thanks.
What they have, yeah. And make sure you order your free COVID tests again. They all the government is giving them away again. So please, order yourself some. Order an. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying, get your free test. That's all.
Oh, okay. No, because it didn't come through. It cuts off when we both talk at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah. So make sure you get your free COVID, because you never know how long that shit gonna last either.
Nope. Hurry up and get it. Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got till next time, you beautiful people. Moisturize. Can't just enough. No gray elbows. No gray skin. No gray skin.
That's right, because we use Dukes over here.
And coconut oil.
What? You want to get a new Mac, right?
You know what? I'm not doing it. Because you ain't the only one that said that.
Doing
that.
Because you could be like another content creator, start their
A few of them.
OnlyFans page.
A few of them. No, thank you. I'd rather not be jerking off on a subway station.
You will get bed bugs then.
Right. And everything else. And on that note, you guys have a great night. God bless. Out.
Good night, everybody.